Hello all, welcome back to the channel, and you may have noticed I didn't upload yesterday. Well, it was the end of the season in the last episode, and now we're in the new season, and I needed a bit of time to make some transfers because hopefully I'm going to build a team which is going to challenge Europe. And if that fails, then I'll just create a few friendlies with European teams and we'll just do it that way instead. But we have survived in the job for a season, and this season is going to be a bit different. Hopefully, it'll be a lot better than what we did last season. I don't think we really achieved anything. In the last episode, we finished off our first season at Leeds United with a 2-0 home win over Leicester City, and we managed to finish 16th in the league. It was a pretty disappointing season on the cusp of it, but we did survive relegation with about 4 games left, despite the fact we finished 17 points above the drop zone. So hopefully this season we don't have the same thing. Now, the first thing you're probably wondering is how much the board gave me to spend in the summer transfer window, and they set the budget at 30 million, which in essence isn't really a lot, to be honest. I mean, especially when I want to try and get rid of pretty much the entire team and bring in a whole new squad, because the squad last season fucked me off.
Ooh. You're hard.
I've also been told by the boards that our training facilities have been downgraded over the summer because of technological advances, and I'm not really surprised because when I turned up to training last year, I don't think my team knew what they were doing. And usually that would be the fault of the management, but I'm just going to blame the facilities on this one. Yeah, I think we've got away with that one. Wayne on social media also commented after our season review that our finish last season was an embarrassment. Don't really know what he's on about because for all I care, we managed to survive relegation. That was the main aim this year. We've also got some bad news as well, as Rafinha has come to me and said that he wants to move to a bigger club, and I'm not really surprised that this news was going to come. So I've decided to tell him that he can leave the team. To be honest, last season he was just shit, really. He scored 4 goals, and I think the first goal came in January. And to be honest, my transfer budget is not really the biggest as well, and I feel like selling him would actually increase it quite a lot, and it would allow me to bring in some actual good players. Although historically, my transfer business has not always been the best. And when I went to offer Rafinha to a load of football clubs, because I wanted to get quite a big transfer fee to him, Everton said that they would have to reduce their wage bill in order to buy him. But the other clubs linked to him were like Chelsea, Liverpool, Tottenham and Paris Saint-Germain. I mean, why Everton in the conversation here? But then a couple of days later, Rafinha has left the club and he is going to Tottenham for £51 million, which is quite pleasing for me. Hopefully I'll be able to reinvest that into the team. In before Rafinha has one of his best seasons at Tottenham and gets 20 goals and 20 assists, and then I wonder what I was doing wrong. Now, I did mention in the last episode that the board had set my expectations for next season to be mid-table. They've downgraded it to avoid a relegation battle. Christopher Proud, he's done it again. And to be honest, if I do manage to avoid a relegation battle, I'll be getting a new contract at the end of the season because my contract actually expires at the end of this season. Luke Ayling also came to me and said he wasn't happy that I let Rafinha go, and I'm not sure why he's telling me this because he is also one of the players I'm selling this summer. Like, there is no way I'm having a League One standard right back at the club. Some less important transfer news as well is that we've extended Julian Alvarez's loan deal for another season, and it's good to bring him back to the club. I know he didn't really have the best of seasons last year, but I think with the new signings I'm going to make, I'm going to help him become the player that he actually is. Yeah, I can't wait for episode 15 where I call him an absolute fraud. Some more transfer news as well is that Crystal Palace have signed Sam Greenwood off us for £7.25 million, which is a bit of a surprise they paid that amount of money when his contract was up at the end of this season, and also I was never going to play him, so I don't know how I've got 7 million from them. Because the season is starting a bit earlier as well, the Carabao Cup second round draw was made and we got given Sunderland away, which once again, I just really have got no opinion about this game whatsoever. Now, let's talk about the transfers that I've made over the summer. Now, the first port of call was to sort out our left back position because I think that was one of our weakest. So I've decided to raid Crystal Palace and sign Tyreek Mitchell for 20.5 million. I think rising to 25 million. Fantastic left back. I'm sure a lot of you know. I'm hoping that he will kick on and strengthen that left side for us. But we did a double raid on Crystal Palace, and we've also signed Michael Elise for 14.25 million. He will be the direct replacement for Rafinha on that right hand side. My third port of call was to sign a new centre back, and joining us from Manchester United for 13.5 million is Axel Tuanzebe, a fantastic young defender who will hopefully strengthen our back line, which I think was the biggest problem we had last season. Yeah, just a very good defender. Another signing I made was to bring in a new backup goalkeeper. So Marek Rodak joins us from Fulham for 775k. He's miles better than Kiko Casilla. He's not a first team player, but definitely will give us some strength and depth in that position if Melier gets injured. Our fifth signing of the window was Hamza Chowdhury, joins us from Leicester City for 3.5 million. Plays as a defensive midfielder, which is a position which I think we have quite a few options at, but he gives us a bit of strength and depth. And I did moan last season about our striker options, so I did bring one in, but the Leeds United media team actually wanted to do a transfer announcement for him.
It's a scam.
Aka, it's Skamaka. I mean, you got to give me a little bit of credit there because West Ham spelled his name wrong in their transfer announcement of him. But I finally got the striker I think that may solve my goal scoring problems that we had last season. So joining us for 14.25 million from Sassuolo is Gianluca Scamacca. Obviously a player that a lot of you will know now because he signed for West Ham in real life. And I didn't sign him for as much as West Ham did. So the art of the deal. Wait, hold on. What's that in the distance? Oh, it's HMS Pista League. All aboard. But welcome to the new era at Leeds United, and we have a few new debutants in the side, and we are going to stick with the 4-2-3-1 formation that I ended last season with. Obviously, Ilian Meslier will be our #1 goalkeeper once again this season, and he will take his place between the sticks. We do start with Tyreek Mitchell making his debut at left back, Stuart Dallas playing at right back, with Axel Tuanzebe, another player, making his debut at centre back alongside Diego Llorente. I've put two of my other centre backs protecting the defence in their defensive midfield position, so Pascal Stroik and Robin Koch will play ahead of the back four. Mateus Klick will be our sole central midfielder, and we have a new look front three with Julian Alvarez taking his place on the left wing, Michael Elise playing on the right wing, and Gianluca Scamacca playing up front by himself. You know what, I'm really excited because this team is miles ahead of what the last team was. Now, it is quite an exciting time this for me. You know, I'm getting my own players in, I'm playing my tactics, the team are playing how I want them to play. I'm excited for this season. I think last season, it was a blip. I think this season is going to be the real one. This season is going to be it. I'm telling you right now. Although it is a little bit frustrating, I had to take on Brentford on the first day of the season because they beat me twice last season, coming back from behind when they shouldn't have. But, you know, I'm a positive person. I think it's going to be different this year. I think we're definitely going to make it happen. Although, to be honest, it wasn't really the most exciting of games, but Mads Roslev did get down the right-hand side for Brentford and then laid the ball off for Christian Norgard to fire it at Meslier, who pulled off quite a strange save, but he did get it out for a corner. We weren't too great with the ball in the first half, but we did manage to fashion an opportunity as Julian Alvarez was played in. He laid the ball for Tyreek Mitchell on his debut to fire it into the stand and never see that ball again. It's probably why I'm playing him left back. And it might be a new season, and it might be a new team, and it might look better than last season's team, but we're still drawing at halftime 0-0. Could you imagine if we created an app for a soundboard for what things that I say? It would just be, it was 0-0 at halftime. It was 0-0 at halftime. It was 0-0 at half-time. That would literally be the soundboard. I don't think I say anything else that is as memorable. We were barely a minute into the second half when Brentford got on the attack already, and Josh Da Silva laid the ball for Christian Norgard to fire it over the bar from about 12 yards out. Brian Mbeumo's corner was then headed over by Christopher Ayer, which then prompted me to make changes because this is embarrassing. It was a triple substitution as I took off Mateus Klick, Pascal Stroik, and Julian Alvarez for Jack Harrison, Hamza Chowdhury, and Jamie Shackleton. And with about 5 minutes left, Frank Onyeka then played the ball in the box to Dalbert to head in at the back post and give Brentford the lead. Yeah, that's just not gone to plan. And that brought an end to the game, and we'd lost to Brentford again because of a late goal. Honestly, this is getting fucking annoying. Oh, we've just got some news in. HMS Pista League is sinking. I repeat, HMS Pista League is sinking.